my core students. So because I don't have you guys in class, I wanted to make sure that I reviewed the quotation punctuation worksheet that you were supposed to complete. Because I'm reviewing it with my students in class, I wanted to make a quick video just to go over all of the different mistakes that you should have found within each one of these examples. I will go over the first few of them, and then I am going to just kind of show you my screen with all of the corrections on it, so that way you can pause the video and take a look at it, and then you don't have to continue to listen to me talk about each one of them. So you did have quite a few examples to complete. It shows all of them right here. So here are the mistakes that you should have found. Like I said, I'll go over the first few of them, and then I'll just let you pause the video, and then you can review it on your own time, or make sure you got all of the mistakes just for future notice. So that first one up at the top, it says, Jennifer Green argues that, quote, poetry is a powerful tool for expressing emotion, period, end quote, and then citation, Green 45. I usually like to include just a comma right after that to introduce the quote. You don't have to, though. That's more of just a technical preference. But for this one in particular, the period is always going to go after the citation. So that was one of the incorrect mistakes that they had in the example. And then also, we already mentioned her name at the beginning, Jennifer Green, so you don't need to repeat her name at the end in the citation since you already said it at the beginning. All you need is the page number. So you should have corrected that the period goes after the page number, and then the citation goes or the citation does not need her last name because the last name was already mentioned at the beginning. The next one here, Owen proposes that the monstrous anger of the guns is the soldiers' funeral bells, and then the page number as the citation there. So you're always going to want to put the citation right after the quote. So that was one of the mistakes. The page number should have gone right after the quote, because then this is the writer's words and not the quote. So the page number should have gone right after the quote. And then also, this is not a quotation mark, so you got to change that to a quotation mark to make it accurate. This next one was probably a little confusing for some people because we haven't really quoted any plays or poetry yet. But for this one, out of Romeo and Juliet, it says, when Juliet asks, what is in a name? Act 2, Scene 2, Line 1, it echoes one of the central themes of the play. So when you're quoting plays like this, you actually don't need to put act, scene, or line. You can just put where the act is, what scene it is, and what line it is, just a number format with periods in between. So we have the quotation marks, those are accurate. The question mark in the quotation is accurate. And then we have the actual citation of the act, scene, and line corrected. And that was the main thing. That was the focus for this one. All right, I'm going to go over one more, and then, like I said, I'll just scroll so that way you guys can check your own work and make sure you did everything correctly. The Uber co-founder has been described as a, quote, a visionary, a disruptor, a genius, and a jerk. No, I did not pronounce that correctly. And then 136. You don't need commas to end quotation marks. So that's why there's no comma afterwards. It just ends. You're supposed to put the end punctuation after. End punctuation is not included within a quote unless it's a quotation mark or an exclamation point that's within the quote itself. So you should always be including end punctuation at the end, which is why this is incorrect, because it went inside the quotation marks, and usually you're not going to do that. And then it also had a comma between the author's last name and then the page number. You don't need that either. So these were just more so unnecessary commas for these ones. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the corrections for the rest of them. Go ahead and pause the video and check over each one on your own. And then if you have questions on any of these, please let me know. Please email me so that way I can clarify any confusion that you might have. And then I will make another video to review the rest of the information before you take your quiz this week. So again, review the answers. Pause the video, review your answers, and then if you have questions on anything, just send me an email and hopefully I can clarify it for you.